Matt's leaving today.
Yeah, woo!
So he's coming down here to mess around with the Dahlke for a little bit. He hasn't seen his baby in months. Wants to listen to her purr. And we gotta fix that link belt a little bit more.
Nick put it on wrong.
Because when I asked you, you said doesn't matter.
I've just somehow managed to put it on right like 3 or 4 times without ever knowing a direction.
So, but we're gonna get this thing up and running, hopefully. Well, we're going to get it up and running because I need it the next couple days. But I'm gonna swap out a couple of the links here.
I hate how one of these is 9/16 and the other is a half.
Oh, it's 13 and 14 millimeters.
Well, whatever, they're 2 different sizes.
Well, you did that.
Well, fix it.
Well, I didn't know until I got out here. And then Willie's already got a picker for the morning, so...
Well, he's cracking bedrock that he like missed shit on.
Okay. Yeah, so he wanted to get in the water earlier so he could dive and have some clear water, knowing that our side of the creek is farther up, so we have a little better visibility. So that's why I'm okay with him being in there muddying up the water. Found my glove from yesterday too. I almost have a full set again. But the hunt continues. Matt was a little shy. Matt was a little shy of his ½ ounce he wanted. He was also thinking this entire trip between me and him we'd get a ½ ounce total. So I think he's very pleasantly surprised with the progress in this hole. So I'm gonna plug in here probably the next 2 or 3 days, depending on how that gold's feeling. And then the plan right now is to drop way back down there to where that first sample hole was a few videos ago. And then check that out and see what the gold production is like down there. So, all right, try and get these 2 stooges to survive somehow. Dredging! Get a new nozzle!
Already half the gram, we're halfway there.
Look, it's like O-ring broken. Yeah, literally broken.
Hey, you get a couple days off so you can hang out with us friends.
Yep.
The Dahlke. Dahlke.
I don't know. Hopefully there's no burnt links, so if it eats another one.
On the right way?
Yeah. I mean, all the links look fine. I don't see any burn marks. You gotta watch when you throttle down.
Yeah.
It's not spinning the compressor when you got pressure on it. So you might be burning some of your links
Trying to start it
when you idle and there's air pressure on the compressor. It's not able to spin the compressor, so something with the pulley ratios. I'm heading out today, so my pro line's out, so I had to get Nick back down here. Had to get the Dahlke up and running for him since he's still using it.
Oh my god, that sucked.
Well, the belt broke again. I don't know why it's eating belt. I don't understand.
Well, it's one of the older ones.
Probably, yeah. Are the newer ones doing it at all?
Newer ones are fine.
Well,
Ooh, that sucked.
we had the belt on. He had the belt on wrong before, so we got to get it right. But there's burnt links. I do have extra links too.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah. So maybe let me see if I just have a whole new belt, enough length for a new belt. Pretty much my favorite thing in the world is when I'm diving, man, close to finally getting some overburden sucked into the hose there. Then the belt breaks, and I'm like, oh man, it's getting harder to breathe. I really can't breathe. I can't breathe at all. Can't breathe. Then I had to jump up above water just to find out the belt broke again. So we'll see the stooge over here has, he said he has some link belt there, so hopefully we can get that working. Probably just have to order a new one, start fresh and brand new, because breathing's kind of important. I don't know what you said. Well, somebody would have told me how to do it. I didn't know. Hey Matt, which way do you put the link belt on? It doesn't matter. And then I die.
But did you die?
Well, just tried topping off my gas tank, and nice little ant colony decided to form on the bottom of my 5-gallon, and I'm trying to pour into my 2.5. So if it's not one thing, it's another. Spent the past 4.5 hours or so dredging. Went through 2 tanks already, decided to go ahead and break for lunch, and couldn't find Dog anywhere. He had apparently followed Matt back up to camp whenever Matt was leaving, and decided to hang out up there by the trailer instead of being near us. So and Willie's having a rough time right now. Dredger's hieroglyphics. I never know what anybody's saying. Hey, you stay close. Camp's like a half-mile away. I don't need you to go wandering up there. Well, in typical Matt fashion, he takes all the bigger amounts of gold and leaves us.
It's about the same.
I mean, it's probably about a gram a piece. You look like you have a little bit more than me.
Plus that picker.
Yeah. You probably picked that right out of my hole too.
Well, you passed it up.
Yeah. Likely story. Willie always stealing stuff.
Well, if I wouldn't have went in there and swept this morning, I wouldn't have got it.
But I think the plan is now to go pull back to that lower area. I'm kind of over this spot right now. It's How deep was that overburden, you think? Probably close to 4 foot, right?
Oh, it's 4 foot, no doubt.
Easily, yeah. It's a lot of overburden, so gonna have to pull back on the spot and hope that you know, some floods come or something and kind of wears that down some there. But yep, gonna pack all this stuff up and move downstream, probably a few hundred yards there to that lower spot, and start sampling that and see what we can find. So he spent the better part of 30 minutes dragging both dredges over this, which, I mean, just right here, that's a good 35 foot. So, and we got to keep dragging. It's about 50 foot of dragging. We're gonna go all the way to the bottom. We're doing that second test hole that I had done a few videos back. It was mostly sand with a bunch of bedrock. Huh? Did you? Oh my goodness. Oh, it's a stick. You would mess with a snake though. But yeah, so right over here is that rock I left in the middle of the creek that shows the front of the hole. I started back, actually probably about back where the Dahlke front is, but more in the middle. So I cleared a bunch of the bedrock here. If you recall, that side started looking cobbly and bedrock was relatively shallow, and there was exposed bedrock up here more. So we're trying to plow through a bunch of material, clear a bunch of bedrock, and hopefully I can bump up the numbers a little bit, because I mean, we each got probably about 1 gram today, so we'll weigh that here in a minute. But let's go ahead, use my fancy tie down here, get the Dahlke tied down so that way it's good for the night, and then move the rest of everything and then do my clean out. Well, I mean, I did the clean out in the Dahlke, but do the panning and weighing there. This stuff right here was left over from one of Matt's clean outs because he's careless. Dumbass. So dredged for about 7 hours today, and this does not look like a 7-hour clean out compared to what we've been getting. I'm not upset with it. It's just nowhere near where it was before. So I'm guessing we're going to be right at about 1 gram. So let's put on grams. Shimmy, shimmy, shake this stuff up. Oh, it's even worse. Not what I wanted for 7 hours of dredging there. So it probably is best that we move down to that other spot. So we're looking at least like 4 feet of overburden, so there's no way possible for us to efficiently get through that. So we pulled down to a different spot, and we're gonna try our luck out there tomorrow. If the gold's decent, because it's less bedrock, then I'll stay there for a day or two. If it's comparable to what I just got today at the 0.5 gram, then I'll be pulling out somewhere else, or pulling out down lower to test spot 1. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. But yeah, 0.58. It's unfortunate too, because there's some chunkier stuff in there. Oh, look at that, it just gained weight. We're still gonna call it 58. All right, a disappointing whatever day I'm on. It's like 9 or something like that. So we'll see if we can get back on to something tomorrow. First morning with no Matt.
I just love being left alone again.
Such a peaceful existence. Just drink my coffee. A little wet, a little rainy. But I'm gonna take my time this morning. And then another short day, and then I can get rid of Willie finally.
You can't get rid of the nugget chaser.
The nugget chaser. Well, I was just putting the extension piece on here, and I heard a snap. Where is it? I think it's over here. I hope it's fine. But if not, then I gotta go to Lowe's and figure this out. And that's not gonna be fun, especially when I'm already in the wetsuit. I guess we'll try and get it fired up here and see what happens. Dredging for all of 20 minutes. Still holding tight. A lot of overburden, a lot of sand, but the ripples down there, the bedrock down there, feels like ripples in a sluice box. As long as Willie stops moving around, I should be able to see a little bit. I'm going to try throwing the mask back on, go back in and clean a crack or two, see what happens. So just been down there dredging for, I don't know, probably past 2 hours at this point. Deciding to break for lunch, say hi to the dog, see what we got going on. Oh. What you doing, pups? What you doing? Silly dogs. But yep, gonna break for lunch, hang out with dog for a little bit, give Willie a little bit of clear water there. Ugh. Then go back for round 2. I think he's only gonna dredge for another 3 hours or so. So figure just give him a little clear water now, and then I'm free for a couple days, so let's see how this works out. Now for your daily dredging trip. Don't leave Willie alone next to your hole. So I cleared off that top layer and that second layer, and all that was left was that little layer above bedrock. And it's all cleaned up. Couldn't even leave it for me. Yeah, he might end up underneath this tailing pile here in a little bit. Willie's out there messing around doing something. I hope that's him. It's actually, it sounds like a tractor. Means I need to go find my dog. But all right, already looking better than yesterday. Looking a lot better than yesterday. So we got a little bit down here. Yeah, little fines down here. Fines. Fine. Which means somebody should dredge my tailing. So I bet you find something. But we're gonna break down for the day and head back to camp and see what we end up with here. Okay, just a little comparison here. Not even concerned about gold right now, but those are all BBs. And this isn't Willie's clean out. Yeah, you can see him a little bit better. I had maybe 3. So I'm wondering if the Dahlke's losing gold.
What?
God, I needed to talk to you about the Dahlke.
What's it doing?
I don't know. I think I'm losing gold.
So you're gonna lose gold.
I think I'm losing a lot of gold, and my evidence is Willie's clean out. I showed you the pan that had like 30 BBs in it.
Yeah.
I only had like 2 or 3. So I know that's not a perfect indicator, but when we're running side by side and running, you know, a bunch of the same material, and yes, I understand there could be more BBs on one side than the other, but it just seems like a very large difference. There's not really much I can do other than slow way down, I guess.
Particularly when you're cleaning bedrock, yeah, it would be.
Well,
I'd almost, before you start cleaning bedrock, I'd almost get up and check the bottom.
but I was just wondering if you had a tip or something for losing less gold out the sluice there. I mean, I'm already like, before.
Based off what you're doing, it sounds like you're doing it correctly. When you could also, as you clean bedrock, you could tone back your flow some. You could throttle down a little bit, I mean.
Yeah. See, a tank has been lasting an hour and a half.
And she's already, yeah, so she's throttled up pretty high then too.
Yeah, but the problem is if I throttle it down lower, especially with overburden, it just piles up so fast.
So that's where, I mean, you're going to have to throttle up when you're going through overburden and throttle down when you're picking bedrock.
Full throttle, full throttle.
You missed it yesterday. You would have been really mad. I had throttled down and I was trying that with the overburden, and then the back of the sluice got so overloaded, it couldn't have been 5 minutes. It got so overloaded that it cut the engine off because the Dahlke was sitting up vertical, like in a 45-degree angle. So it was high enough that it cut the engine, and I'm like, why can't I breathe? I just put gas in that thing, and I looked and I'm like, and you're trying to take off to space. All right, let's see how she does. Getting ready to start off my last day of dredging. I have been fighting with this Dahlke for the past hour.